Gentlemen, welcome and thank you. To head into this topic, insights into the future of food business that is expected to transform manufacturing and business questions, I would like to start first with Mr. Tarek Elsakka from Dubai Refreshments. We've identified key changes and disruptive issues which are going to be technology, artificial intelligence, and sustainability in this environment. And this is the same frame of which you're going to understand how these unique companies are actually positioning themselves. So, Tarek, how important is it utilizing smart technology in manufacturing of products?
Okay, whether smart technology in manufacturing or distribution or technology or innovation in general is kind of the lifeblood of industry. Some of the innovation, like what Tarek presented earlier, you see it as a consumer. You see it in the new products and the new flavors, the value-added products, products that have big range of new flavors, big range of new functionality or value-added, whether it's vitamins or and what have you. But also a lot of the technology actually you don't see. The technology is deployed kind of behind the scenes in the manufacturing process, in the distribution process, in the systems that you use to bring the product to the market. So a product like Pepsi, which is quite an old brand, one of the oldest brands, probably food brands in this region. What you see today and you drink today is the same product. It's very similar to the one that was produced in 1959, but actually it's a completely different. The way it's made is completely different. Yeah. The product today, for instance, is using 30 to 40% renewable energy from the sun. The product that we use today uses 30 to 40, maybe 50% less water than what was used previously. The product today uses completely different quality control. It's all it's mostly electronic. The product failure rate is much less than before. There's virtually no failures. So this is all technology that we use automation. We use up-to-date technology to try to continue to be successful in the marketplace. Yeah. Even if the product is the same, the technology is enabling us to continue to progress, to continue to produce it more efficiently in larger quantities and in better quality. And that process or that journey really never stops. We're not technology companies, we're not Apple of this world, yeah, but we are using some of the technologies that become available in order to make sure that we continue to stay successful and profitable.
And from Dubai Refreshments' perspective, what are the major drivers for an improved performance across the supply chain?
The major drivers is obviously, we are blessed in Dubai in a certain way because we have also an industrial base here that supports us. So the suppliers, our major suppliers, are nearby. That helps a lot in terms of managing the supply chain, making sure the product is fresh, making sure there is no interruption of supply. This is very, very crucial. The other thing major for our success as a Dubai Refreshment Company, we have one of the largest and most widespread distribution system in the UAE. So we are able to cover more customers more frequently than most other suppliers in the market. And that allows us to provide a level of customer service. It allows us to provide a wider range of products. It also allows us to eliminate any, a lot of the out of stocks. It allows us, when consumer wants to drink our products cold, they are able to do so at a kind of a moment's notice. Anywhere around, they have any store they choose to go into, they will find our product, they will find it cold, they will find it nicely displayed. And that is very, very important for our success as a manufacturing and distribution company.
So the topic, one of the topics from this morning has been the impacts of sugar and the implementation of new taxes for drinks with sugar. How does Dubai Refreshments envision that these additional taxes would force radical transformation of its products?
Obviously, this is new. It's new for us as a Dubai Refreshments company. And it's new for the region because normally when something like that happens, you go and look around the world, see where else have they implemented such systems, and you try to kind of learn from the experience of others so you are prepared. One of the issues that with the taxation that's coming in the UAE, it's really like no other. So, and we were the first. I mean, everybody's talking about December 1, there is implementation. Actually, we've been since October 1, 2017, we've been under the taxation regime. So we have learned. The initial period was very difficult because it was a little bit of a surprise how it was implemented, the magnitude, and the law was also came on us very quickly. We didn't really have much time to prepare for it. So the first few months were, I can honestly say, were a complete disaster.
Yeah.
Obviously, with time, you learn and you restructure and you try to evolve from that. And I can honestly say that over the last 12 months or so, we are turning the corner in that front and we are doing much better. It will take time to recover and for the consumer to get used to the higher prices and for people to get used to paying taxes. So you cannot avoid that piece. There is a time period for the change, and you have to be able to manage that transition. We have managed it with a combination of things. We have some of our product range, obviously, that is not subject to taxation, so we promoted that more. We focus a bit more on our export markets. We cut costs tremendously. We invested in technology that allows us to reduce cost. We managed our electricity, we managed our water, so these things helped us reduce the cost to a point where we are able to manage the change. So in a way, it has forced us to become more efficient, but we are also continuing the discussions with government officials, with the regulators, see how we can make the taxation system a bit more fair, if you want to do it, and a bit more deliver both the objectives of the government, yes, as well as allow the industry to adapt and allow the industry to continue to grow. Because in the final end, nobody benefits from an industry that kind of dies. Yes.
Thank you, Tarek. Now, Dr. Ahmed Tijani from Rawabi. IoT, the Internet of Things, for anybody who's not up to speed. Is Rawabi utilizing IoT-enabled solutions to monitor their transportation conditions for products in transit? And how is that data being utilized to provide compliance with safety regulations?
It's a very good question. Okay. We are now passing into artificial intelligence age, which is expected to start from year 2020. The world has been from year 2005 till year 2020 passing through information age. And the difference between information age and artificial intelligence age is the massive quantity of information which we are making the computers to learn and to take decisions, not only to feed the computers with data like what we used to do in the information age. In our technology, what we are using in Rawabi, for the logistics, from the product, from the time the product is produced in the factory till it reaches the consumer, we have, with salesmen, handheld terminals. And these handheld terminals are fed with information from the time the product produced in the factory till it reaches the consumer. The temperature, the vehicle, direction of the vehicle, the time spent, the consumption of fuel, and when it reaches the outlet, even there is a communication between the merchandisers and the salesman. The comments of the consumers regarding our products, regarding our service, if they have any comments, immediately it is fed in the handheld terminal, and by the time the salesman reaches back the factory, all of this information is downloaded in the computer and processed, and immediately we get recommendation out of it. I am just designing now a model with our friends from KIZAD, Dr. Abdulaziz was with us here, for young Emirati people to have farming as a profession. Because in United Arab Emirates, we find all of other professions are available, with exception of farming. When you go to Europe, you visit Holland, Germany, Austria, you find the farm all 250 years, 350 years. And it's coming generation to generation. So I thought to attract the young Emirati to take farming, I asked myself what these Emirati are looking for. Now the young people generally, they are attracted by the technologies, the new technology. They spend long time with social media,
Yeah.
WhatsApp, Pinterest, and so on. So I designed a model of farming for the cows to be milked by robots, feeders to be run by robots. The cows will have chips which will read how many steps they have in the yard, rumination per minute, breathing per minute, and this information, when it goes back to the milking parlor, is fed in the computer and analyzed. And when the cows goes back to the yard, if there is anything deviated from the normal, it will not allow her to go to the yard. It will segregate her. The young people will be impressed, and they will like such thing because they love the technology, they love the new information age, and they will take this as a profession. So we'll attract about 50 people. We'll start with us hopefully by next year. We'll train them on the system, and we will each of them will have a farm of 50 cows. They will deliver the milk to us. We will give them training in breeding, nutrition, how to feed the cows, and they will love and watch their cows run by a robot, feeding by a robot, milking by robots. This is something new, and we'd like to introduce to United Arab Emirates as a pioneer for this.
I love that you've thought about the youth and their technology in milking a cow, through a robotic system, and having the youth actually find that interesting. I don't know if that's the downfall of society or if it's, the future of society. But moving on, I'd like to know the sustainability of products is a big issue, and how sustainable is the manufacturing process at Al-Rawabi? And the local sourcing component, is that utilized as a marketing tool at Al-Rawabi?
Yes. Actually, we went further than just keeping the sustainability of the product at high quality. We have arranged so many meetings with Ministry of Health, and we wanted to recognize the challenges which facing the inhabitants here in United Arab Emirates from health point of view. And we have been informed by Ministry of Health, the biggest issue is vitamin D deficiency. Like my friend earlier, he mentioned when they introduced vitamin D water, there are about 80% of inhabitants of United Arab Emirates are deficient in vitamin D. And this is a problem, because being deficient in vitamin D, you will have fatigue in the middle of the day, you will have back pain, muscle pain, your immunity will be impaired, you will go to the doctor more frequently, you will have flu more frequently, and you will be off job for many days. Because when you go to the doctor, the day is gone. You'll not return back to the office. So we have done a lot of research with a research institution from Finland, a company called New Smart, and luckily they are coming this October to Dubai to be established in Dubai as well. Anyway, we introduced vitamin D milk, and it contains 8,000 units, which is enough for you when you drink 2 glasses of milk per day. You will not be deficient any longer in vitamin D. Then we introduced a product which is also for the health of, for the benefits of the consumers. Nowadays, many people skip breakfast because they don't have time to sit for a decent breakfast in the morning. Many people, they just sip a cup of coffee, hang to the car, to the office. We calculated with this research team the requirements of the body for 8 hours, from morning till lunchtime. And we put this in a small bottle, we call it NutriBoost. Your requirements for fiber, energy, vitamins, minerals for 8 hours. We are now developing a product to reduce weight because also obesity is a problem, especially among children in the United Arab Emirates. Very soon we'll introduce a product which contains natural plant, no additives, no chemicals. It will be just containing a plant called phenomate. It grows in South of America. And this product will reduce the weight about 5% per month. We are also developing a third product for hypertension to reduce the blood pressure, and the fourth one for diabetic people. So hopefully these products will be seen during these coming 2 years. And we are working very closely with this center in Finland, New Smart Center. This center, by the way, they are working in extending, they have a research going on to extend human life to 150 years. And not only to extend life for 150 years, but to be productive at 150 years of age. The people whom I have seen there visiting this center in Helsinki, I am sure they can make it, because I saw people 95 years old, very muscular, very alert, very strong, no tummy, and they are doing very well.
Dr. Tijani,
The good news, they are coming here in Dubai by October, inshallah.
I don't know if anyone feels like I do, but I can't foresee 150 years of this.
Too long, yeah?
Of course, if we look like when we were 20, that would be another story. Please, can I welcome Mr. Ahmed Belyouha from Emirates Macaroni Factory. Thank you, Doctor. Emirates Macaroni Factory, one of the oldest companies in the UAE. Tell us, is Emirates Macaroni Factory utilizing smart technology in their manufacturing processes?
Actually, improving the processing and improving the technology is a part of our daily jobs. As the knowledge is improving every day, we have to adopt new technologies which will help us in saving energy, saving money, saving, unfortunately, less people to work on production. So I think also comparing with Tarek, people see the product on the shelf, but they don't see the investment and technology behind it. And since we are in Dubai, we have very good platforms to adapt new technologies. We have Gulf food manufacturing, which a lot of new technologies coming to the region. In fact, the main part for me as a manager, not looking for sales or the owner of the company, looking how to adapt to new technologies, improve products, and all these things. So it's part of my day-to-day activity.
Yes.
To search and to see and to manage the performance based on technology.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I like that you mentioned the Gulf food manufacturing and the ability to have these manufacturers of these machinery available here in the UAE, which is also a key component for manufacturers here. I remember, because I was in the food industry, we do a trip up to Europan in Paris and to IBA in Germany. Those were the places you'd see the new technology. But now people are coming to Dubai for that. And that's really important, and Gulf Food is one of those entities. And I like that you're also looking for better ways of production through this manufacturing systems. So do you look to utilize less people in your factories? Would that be a key component to fully automation? And also, would you say that smart technology also helps to mitigate any cases of cross-contamination or things like that? Just bringing in the new technology into your perspective.
Always, as a part of any manufacturer is to make sure that whatever they do is traceable. From beginning of the production till the end. Actually, we even look to the consumer. If even people purchase a product, we are responsible for that. And to look on all of that, we have to adapt new technology to trace it and to know what is the time, what is the day, where is the product, how we transport it, and how people store it. So and also trying to put a minimum time, the sense of when we receive the complaint till we reach the cause of the cross contamination. And also this again to the technology. With the help of technology, we are able to trace the product, and we know it. And even during production, we have a live stream reading that we know in this part the heat is not enough, the humidity is not enough, the guy or the mechanical engineer is not doing his job properly, the number of products coming on. So this technology helping us to read and to be more efficient. Unfortunately, reducing the number of people.
Yeah. And I don't know who's on keto and paleo, and I don't know, but still a good bowl of pasta works for everyone.
The good news that most athletes recommend to eat pasta because it's a healthy, high carb.
Fantastic. Thank you, Ahmed. Please can I welcome Halwani brothers, Mr. Thamer Temairik, Chief Executive Officer. Consumer demands now calls for restaurant quality and chef-inspired meals, which doesn't always gel with manufacturing in a facility, in a fully automated facility. How does Halwani brothers cater to the new age food industries and demands?
For us, doing business that way is not new. We were more connoisseurs than manufacturers. That's how the business started since 1830. What's new to us is the industrial side of things. So having chefs, part of our R&D department is part of our day-to-day business. So that's how we keep in touch with the soft skills of things, while on the other side you have the scientists giving us the technology to deliver that to the masses. Another part that helps us keep up to date is partnership with long-time customers. For example, we've had a relationship with Saudi Arabian Airlines since the 1980s. And ever since then, the food menu engineering part is something we do jointly on an annual basis. This is a business model that we are now following with a lot of our customers. This helps us on the HoReCa side, on the catering side, but it also gives us knowledge on how to develop retail products. So again, to be able to maintain the passion to deliver authentic food, it is vital.
Yeah.
To keep chefs and menu engineering part of your process.
Yeah, I think that is music to His Excellency Majid Al Ghurar's ears. So we'll give a shout out to him that Halwani Brothers works with Saudi Airlines. Don't know how Emirates is going to feel about that. But sustainability is a very big buzzword. And as a chief executive officer, your big buzzword is bottom line profits. So how does, and it's a balancing act, I think, for you, balancing technological advancements, the requirements of the youth to be sustainable, and I guess lower carbon emissions from manufacturing.
Those are all big challenges, I guess everybody in the room faces. A word of wisdom, if you allow me, it's basically how you take on this challenge. If you make it part of your belief system, part of your culture, you will always have out-of-the-box ideas that will help you deliver on that objective while actually improving your bottom line, not just maintaining it. There's enough technology today to help you deliver on that. For Halwani, that is the case. I'll just mention one simple example. One of our core products is tahina, and one of our core raw material is sesame. Now, once you bring in raw sesame, you need to clean it, you need to wash it with water, you need to peel it, and then you take it to the grinders. Two parts I just mentioned were washing it and peeling it. And we've done a lot of technological advances to help sustainability. One is we do not use water to wash, we use steam. That helps sustainability, but it also helps us reduce cost tremendously. The other thing is peeling, and there we used waste management. So all the sesame peels, that's almost 25% of the sesame. So it is a huge volume. What do we do with it? It's animal feed. We connect with partners who take this as animal feed, and that helps you with your waste management. That's when it comes to Halwani. What helped us a lot is really partnering with people who do standards. They give you guidelines. They won't give you the actual thing to do. That's up to you. You own your manufacturing facility, but it gives you standards, guidelines to help you think. For example, ISO 14000. I'm sure everybody in the room knows that. That helps you drive environmental sustainability. Another sustainability we are very passionate about is human sustainability. There's also a standard there for OSHA. We adapt that. We are certified there. And that's important because of our employees, of our workers. We care for their safety. So we have latest technology to monitor and control our manufacturing facilities. Last but not least, again, we pride ourselves of delivering authentic food. Part of authentic food is delivering a clean label. And that's something, again, we are very passionate about, and it's part of human sustainability.
Yeah. Thank you, Thamer. So what I love is when we can coerce and meet and, create synergies. So from the round table, I do know that there's somebody looking for animal feed. So you might have a supply for those sesame products. And I think if I'm correct, from Dubai Industrial City, they have a strategic partnership with an e-waste management company within their system. And later today, for all of you delegates, there is a specialist on solar energy and bringing that to, to the manufacturers. So I like that you've encompassed all of that. Now you need to find where all of these people are. So Dubai Industrial City, Saud Al-Shawareb, the managing director. I understand that Dubai Industrial City has, as part of its strategy, the food subsector as catering to them and creating warehousing and the opportunities for them. Can you just explain why go to Dubai Industrial City versus any other business locality within the UAE?
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank the organizers for inviting us to be part of a very important topic for everyone today, which is food manufacturing and trading. Actually, at Dubai Industrial City, if I'll go back through the history, in 2005, we've started planning our development from scratch, from paper. And we've noticed, based on the market requirements, we came up with 6 main industries, which is chemical industry, base metal, mineral, transport, machinery, and last but not least, and it's one of our most important sectors, is food and beverage. Today, we have a dedicated 18 million square foot of leasable area of industrial land fully dedicated for food industries, from raw material to manufacturing, packaging, till you reach to cold storage and freezers. So this was part of our main plan, to have a full supply chain available for any manufacturers related to that segment. Infrastructure-wise, we've designed the roads and power allocation to fit the food and beverage requirements. And in addition also, locational-wise, it really helps the manufacturers, since we are attached to Al Maktoum Airport. We are bounded by Mohammed bin Zayed and Emirates roads. And also we are 15 minutes away from Jebel Ali Port. So for manufacturers who are into centralizing their operation in one location, having the full supply chain surrounded their business, and also having the location to transport their goods to Northern Emirates, Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, and Oman from road can be easily done through our location.
How is Dubai Industrial City able to transform current business practices for companies wishing to come over to Dubai Industrial City and, say, invest in a new multi-million-dollar plant?
Okay, we have different type of products that can support different type of industries. If you are, for example, a new SME company that is recently established and looking for having a production plant with less investment, we have our pre-built light industrial units that are available to lease. And we are proudly saying that we have a lot of companies related to food and non-food businesses have started their businesses few years back through leasing pre-built units. We are now approaching us to lease a musataha agreement on having their own land to develop their own facility. The beauty of our offering is that we offer everything from office to worker accommodation. And the good thing that the light industrial unit are designed in a way that it has enough power connected to each unit that can support your industry, and in addition that it was designed in a way that you can easily knock walls, have the area that you require, and it can be isolated also to have cold store facility within the same facility. So we know our business partners very well. We know the investors' requirements, and we are open to offer any solution to fit any type of business.
So unfortunately, I haven't had the pleasure of heading out to Dubai Industrial City, but I'm super impressed that it houses more than 700 companies. So for a new entity who's going to come, and what I understand from Dubai Industrial City is you do formulate strategic partnerships with the companies. What does that entail, and how does that benefit the companies?
Recently, although part of their operation is food recycling, with EnviroServe, we have a partnership with them where they've developed one of the largest e-recycling facility within Dubai Industrial City. They've invested around 120 million dirham, and it's a state-of-the-art facility, fully automated, fully sustainable. They use renewable energy to cover part of their power requirements, and their end products are mainly rubber, gold, steel, and copper that they sell again to manufacturers as a raw material to their production. For us, as we are leader in developing the Dubai Industrial Strategy, and me personally co-heading with the team in JAVS, the food and beverage, the FMCG sector within the Dubai Industrial Strategy, we have some extra initiatives that we are working with the government that either to partner with financial institutes to invest and support the food and beverage industries. Also, we have partnership with universities to create a new talent pool that can go into the food and beverage processes and manufacturing industries. So we are working closely with those institutes, with government entities, to have that relaxations also for new businesses in at least the first 2-3 years, to support them establish their businesses, and that partnership is a continuous aim for us to establish and grow with different entities, either government or private.
Thank you, Saud. And thank you to all of the panelists. Just as the audience, and what I want to say is that the panelists, it's such an esteemed panel. I maybe did not do justice to everybody's CV, but the amount of experience on this panel and qualifications and the opportunity to meet and network with a panel of this pedigree is quite remarkable, and everybody is willing to share insights and inputs for better practices, for better sustainability and the future of food in the UAE.